A 2-hour drive due north of New York City will land you in Millerton, New York. Population 3,100. This is the home of Harney Sons Tea Shop and Tasting Room. Nestled behind its own garden just off Main Street, it is a tea drinker's delight, a pleasant, cheerful place to enjoy a sandwich or a sweetmeat while sampling the company's gourmet tea varieties, which number around 250. The Tea Shop and Tasting Room, however, is only an offshoot of Harney Sons' principal business, which is large-scale importing, blending, flavoring, and packaging of fine tea products that are purchased by consumers and distributed to gourmet stores, hotels, and other resellers worldwide. The company's tea processing plant is located just outside of town. John Harney, who started the company in 1983, runs it along with his sons Michael and Paul. The company's gourmet tea varieties range from black, green, white, and oolong teas to herbals, floral, and organic teas. Many are exclusive blends, explains Michael Harney.
Blending is a competitive advantage here at Harney Sons Tea, since 100 of our 250 varieties of teas are blends. It is something that helps separate us out from many of our competitors, and our Munson blender here is one reason that we're able to offer consistently great teas. These typically consist of basic teas, black or green, and small quantities of, say, flowers or nuts, plus fruit flavor. Today we're blending our holiday tea, which has a blend of black teas and safflowers, which are added in a liquid form.
In recent years, the demand for Harney Sons teas had grown to the point where the plant's 2 blending machines were barely able to keep up with the increasing demand. So in 2004, the company installed a new horizontal rotary mixer.
Our business is growing 15 to 20% a year, which is great, but previous to the Munson machine, the mixing operation was a bottleneck. This new machine, this Munson machine, has increased our throughput dramatically and has allowed us to keep pace with our rapid growth.
Manufactured by Munson Machinery, the rotary batch mixer has a capacity of 40 cubic feet, which, at tea's bulk density of 19 pounds per cubic foot, equates to 760 pounds per batch versus 300 pounds per batch for each of the old blenders.
Our productivity is much higher than the increased batch capacity indicates, since the Munson machine has a batch cycle time of only 2 hours, including cleaning. We could only do 2 batches a day with the old blenders. Now we can do more. The new Munson machine is not only bigger and faster than our previous machines, but we get a better mix of flavors, which is essential for consistency batch to batch, which is a competitive advantage for us.
The Munson blender is a stainless steel horizontal drum that is supported at either end by trunnion rings. It has a stationary inlet at one end and a stationary outlet with a discharge gate at the other end. Harney receives tea in bags of various sizes, typically in the range of 85 to 100 pounds. The bags are manually loaded directly into the blender via a specially designed flared hopper that is attached to the inlet. Dry additives are weighed separately and added to the batch. A typical batch consists of 600 to 700 pounds of tea, plus 5 to 10 pounds of solid additives, and about 3% by weight of a liquid flavor. Munson supplied a pressure pot system to introduce liquid flavorings into the batch through a nozzle located midway along the drum. As the drum rotates, mixing flights tumble the batch in a multi-directional manner so that the action is fast yet gentle to avoid damaging fragile tea leaves. When mixing is complete, the operator opens the plug valve on the discharge gate while the machine continues to rotate. The mixing flights elevate the batch toward the outlet so that essentially 100% of the product is discharged. The mixing time is 5 to 7 minutes versus up to 45 minutes for the 300-pound blenders, says Harney, partly because the old blenders have no flavor bar for liquids, which must be added manually.
With the Munson machine, all the product is discharged and the machine is real easy to clean. There's 2 doors on either side of the drum, allowing my men to reach all parts of the interior easily and quickly.
Thorough cleaning is vital to prevent batch-to-batch carryover of a flavor. The company uses a cleaning solution to purge the flavor bar and then tumble some leftover tea in the blender to absorb the vapors. After this tea is discharged, the machine is vacuumed to remove residual odors.
Cleaning the old blenders was much more troublesome. For a start, not all the product was discharged and the residue had to be removed by vacuum, and access to the interior of the old machine was much more difficult.
Blended batches are discharged from the Munson rotary batch mixer into 50-pound capacity cardboard boxes for transfer to packaging lines, several of which are for tea bags and one of which is for loose tea, which is packed manually in 1-pound or half-pound tins. Harney Sons first considered a 10 cubic foot mixer, but opted for the larger machine since the 40 cubic foot model offers 400% greater capacity at 30 to 40% higher cost, and it can process batches down to 10% of rated capacity with no loss in efficiency.
We continue to use the old mixers to help meet demand, but the way our business is growing, we're probably going to have to buy another Munson very soon.
See the full range of Munson mixing, blending, and size reduction equipment at munsonmachinery.com.